when she first left, it was very difficult for me. I spent over a year and a half fighting to try to get her back. And every effort I put in was met with resistance. And not just like a shutdown, like doors slammed in my face type of literally speak not literally, figuratively speaking, but like no matter what I did, it just was not enough. And it got to the point where I had to say, you know what, this is not healthy for me anymore. And I need to start um focusing on myself, and not in one of not in that, modern sense where people say, well, you need to focus on you and you need to do you. No. I started to seek God and ask God to build me up. And because I was broken. I was
Mm-hmm.
broken. I was depressed. I
Mm-hmm.
was working full time at a church, and I would lock myself in the office all day, lights off, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just sitting there. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was depressed, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was lost. I didn't know how to overcome this, and around me, I didn't have the pieces to help me as far as people. So, I asked God, I need your help here. Like I need to overcome this. My self-esteem was broken, and it was crazy is, during that time, after the separation, there were women who heard about the separation and they were trying to give me validation. I didn't want it from anybody but her at the time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And when they would like other women would come to me, right? I would see them exactly as what I thought. Like, and I hopefully don't watch this anything. Not all of them were like this, but in my mind, I was like, listen, Jezebel, get away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm married. I'm trying to work it out. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
don't come don't come over this way. Um, but I just wanted it from her, and it got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm broken. I'm depressed. Lord, I need you to build me up again. And
Mm-hmm.
slowly and surely, he started to do this. And about like 2 years after, the work in me started to happen, and God started to I don't want to say release her from my heart, but it was essentially what happened. The more I pressed into God, the more I saw that this current situation wasn't good for both of us. You know, she moved on, but we were still legally married, and it wasn't a good situation. And when she had moved on, that's when I was like, okay, I need to really, close this chapter because um I don't want uh I was concerned with I don't want her living with another man, still being legally married to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna move on, if I'm not the guy, you're gonna move on. I'm gonna not essentially support you in that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm giving you that opportunity. I'm letting you go, right? And maybe one day I can move on and find that too.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's what really like essentially like what really opened my eyes was when she had moved in with somebody else. And I was like, it's over. Like, you gotta move on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be tough. Now, were you serving as pastor at the time or
And assistant pastor, full time. I was a full
assistant
time
pastor?
assistant pastor. Yeah.
Assistant pastor, real quick,
Hmm.
as an assistant pastor, there was no one in your corner to maybe help you through this as an assistant pastor?
Um, not. I gotta be honest, not really. Because so here's the thing, right? Um, many churches mean well, many pastors mean well, but they're not really equipped to handle a lot. I don't say all. A lot of pastors aren't really equipped to handle uh major issues in their congregation marriages.
Mm,
I was given the cliche tips. Pray about it, seek God, you know, um, things like that, seek God, pray, seek God, seek the scripture.
mm,
I didn't have the support, like, this is what you can do. Let me support you in this. And that wasn't there, which is one of the reasons why I went to school to get my master's in marriage and family counseling so that I could help couples in the church that were in situations like I was in. Because pastors are truly, if you go to seminary, they're not really trained extensively in the the people aspect of pastoring. They're taught doctrine, they're taught theology, they're taught to, things like that. But the people part is not always taught. The and I think every pastor should have some formal training in counseling because you're dealing with people. You're dealing with people. And I didn't have that support. I didn't have that support.
Mm.
So it was a tough time. I felt alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I didn't want to put much on other people. So like I had friends that were in the church when I'm an assistant pastor. I didn't want to dump on them,
Hmm.
nor did I want them to look at myself or her in a negative light because people will always take sides.
Yeah.
They always take sides. And you have some, like, I had some great friends that I don't talk to today
Mm-hmm.
because they took sides.
Hmm.
Like, they took sides. And that's a tough thing. Like, when you go through a divorce, people are going to take sides. And you don't
Hmm.
even want, it's not even like you're trying to get people to have your side. They're just going to take sides.
Yeah.
And it's messed up.
Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate because going
Yeah.
through my divorce, there was people who took my ex-wife's side, and
Hmm.
I was silent in the
Hmm.
divorce process, and she had the voice. So got out there, and things really didn't unravel. The truth really didn't start coming out until some years later.
Hmm.
Because I felt like I didn't have to defend myself.
Yeah.
Which is a whole show within itself, right? Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
having to try to defend yourself. Um, so I get it. It's unfortunate, and hence why I'm doing these podcasts because I think, especially for men, a lot of times we don't have that safe place to go when we
Hmm.
are going through a divorce.
Yeah. Yep.
Because a
I had
lot of
a,
times
I
we
had
want.
a mentor tell me that also, like, let the Lord fight your battles. You don't have to respond to
Mhm,
everything. Like let God fight your battles. And he did. And God did.
mhm, mhm. That's a
Hmm.
blessing.
Yeah.
So fast forward, what does life look like for Andre now?